Okay guys, so we are back here at the cargo trailer with the Firman propane gas generator, and this is one that runs on both propane as well as regular unleaded fuel. We have it hooked up to the trailer. We're going to power the air conditioner with this because we are in the process of doing a pretty big upgrade to the trailer again. This one's super inexpensive, and it's one that a lot of people asked me for whenever we got the air conditioner put in. So hang tight, we'll be right back. That AC with absolutely no problem whatsoever, and that is a 15,500 BTU Furrion air conditioning unit. So we got the generator running outside. AC is on high and is cooling us down pretty well so far. So what we're going to do today is take the insulation that I pulled down when we put the AC unit up, and we're going to stuff it in all these gaps here so we can do a little bit better job of insulating the trailer. Had a lot of folks that said you really need to still insulate it, but I wasn't 100% sure that I'd really be spending enough time in the trailer to warrant needing to insulate it as well as have the AC. But since I have all the insulation, it just kind of makes sense, and I think most of the people who commented on that were absolutely right. So we are going to start hanging some of that 3/4 inch thick insulation inside of the gaps between all these trusses. So I am kind of recycling this material that I had on the roof before to fill the gaps. Before I had it kind of positioned on this portion. I'm not so much worried about it right now. I'm just trying to do a little bit better job insulating the trailer. And all I'm doing is scoring one side, bending it, and then softly cutting the seam, which seems to be making much less of a mess than it did last time when I was just outright trying to chop through it. So small cuts, shallow cuts, bend it, and then cut the seam seems to work really well. And you can see how it fits really, really well between the channels here. It's kind of wedged in, but I also used spray adhesive to hold it to this wood panel right here as opposed to screwing it in or anything else. So this should work really well. I have the other end pushed into the C channel there, and I really don't anticipate any scenario where these are just going to fall out. All right guys, so we are getting close to wrapping this up. We pretty much have this one section here. We've done all the rest. If it's not the cleanest looking job, it's quite frankly because I'm recycling this stuff. This was what I had hanging from the roof before we did the air conditioning unit. So I'm just reusing the material that I had, and we're probably gonna go over it with a piece of that aluminum bubble wrap that has the aluminum on each side, Astrofoil. Run it on this side, run it on this side. It's on the bottom of the trusses here to cover the rest of this, and it will also create a little bit of an air gap there, which is preferred whenever you're putting insulation like this up. Again, we only have to do this section here, and then we have a few small sections up here. So far it's doing a pretty good job. We've been in here now for going on probably 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours, and it is incredibly comfortable in here. This is one of the few times that I've been in the trailer and actually not minded being in the trailer. So it's working real well. As far as the foam, we really aren't getting any foam in here. I've been paying attention to the filter, but in terms of the glue, we close this off anytime we're going to be spraying the glue, just so we don't have a chance of glue getting sucked into the system. But so far, everything's been working out really well, and it gives me a good reason to recycle this stuff that I already have. I have more than enough simply because I was able to cover everything before, including the bottom of the truss system. And now that I'm only putting it in between, I should be fine. I'll probably come back with some ducting tape, the aluminized tape, and cover all the gaps on the edge before I put the Astrofoil up. And again, the Astrofoil is like bubble wrap with aluminum on each side of it, and that's simply going to create an additional R-value insulation factor to prevent the heat from coming in. What's really interesting right now, and I really wish I had brought my temperature gun with me, is this right here is well over 100 degrees. I mean, that is just incredibly hot. If I look outside, it is a very, very sunny day. But on the inside, this is very hot, but right here, that's maybe, I don't know, 70 degrees. Not very warm at all. So the inside right now, I would probably guesstimate to be in the mid to low 70s. And that's with a full bright day outside, hitting this black trailer and heating it up. Anyways, guys, we're gonna finish off this section here. We'll finish off the front. We'll be back when we're done. All right, guys, so we have just finished doing a reasonable job insulating the top. I haven't sealed up all the seams between some of the panels. And again, some of the panels were cut a little funky when I put the original panels up, so we did what we could with what we had, so I didn't have to buy all new materials. Basically, I just reused everything we had, and instead of mounting it to the bottom of the truss here, we cut them to size and fit them inside. Overall, it looks really good. My next plan is to get a 4-foot by 100-foot roll of the radiant barrier, the Astrofoil, and attach it across the bottom portion of these trusses from front to back. That way it cleans it up a little bit. At the same time, it conceals this, and it adds more insulation with just a little bit of an air barrier between the insulation and the Astrofoil. One thing I can tell you right off the bat is it is definitely a cooler experience inside of the trailer. It does not feel nearly as hot as it did before we put the AC in. With the AC in, it's helping it cool down a little bit more effectively. So I think everyone who peer pressured me into putting the insulation up, thank you, by the way, guys. That peer pressure definitely helped the AC run a little bit more efficiently. We've been in here now for, I'm gonna say, about 2.5 hours total, and everything looks really good. The other thing that I did was I added these stainless steel little L brackets underneath the truss system. I really don't think I needed to, but you know, sometimes you just feel like you want to reinforce something. I think they did a phenomenal job at Ron Hoover creating these trusses and this nice little arch to help drain water off the top and add additional structural support to the AC unit. But again, I just wanted to add a little bit more. I had these stainless steel brackets already, so I figured I would just put them in place because it can't hurt by adding additional rigidity and support to what they've put in place. Anyways, guys, it looks really nice. It is very comfortable in here. It is kind of amazing how cool it is in here. Like I said, right now, it's probably still in the low 70s. I don't think it's heated up really at all. Probably the effectiveness of the insulation is helping maintain that temperature. And it is definitely a place that, you know, if I had to pull this up to an event or, you know, any type of a meeting and I wanted to be able to get inside of it to cool down, I could turn it into that. I could put a cooler in here with some drinks, kind of make it like a refreshment station or whatever I need to do. I do plan on doing some subscriber events coming up relatively soon, so probably sometime early to mid next year, 2020, I plan on putting together a big subscriber meet. And I really want to meet a lot of the people that travel, a lot of the people that have RVs that have used my channel to help purchase their RV and make an informed decision on towing and safety. You know, you guys are the reason I have a channel. I want to give you guys a big shout out and thank you to all my subscribers. We recently hit 200,000, and that is a milestone for a channel like mine. I'm not a channel focused around, you know, vlogging and entertaining you guys and trying to show you the in and outs of our family life and all of that. The goal of this channel is really to provide you guys information so you can make an informed purchasing decision. So when you go out to buy an RV or a truck, you just have a little bit more information. I know that there are people who will, you know, kind of criticize that information at times, but at the same time, everyone is entitled to their own opinion when it comes to what you need to do to be safe while you're traveling. So what you see on my channel is definitely my opinion on that, and my goal is that anybody getting into the lifestyle, they're getting into it with, you know, a much more confident outlook on safety as well as what the capabilities of their truck and their RV are. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know I turned it into kind of a little bit of a rant. If you guys haven't subscribed to my other channel, BTB RV Rants, I really encourage you to do so because I get a lot of questions asked on this channel, and oftentimes people don't know where I put the answers. Most of the time, if it is a good question, if it's emailed to me, if it's Facebook or Instagram to me, or even on this channel, I'll try to respond to it on my BTB RV Rants channel. I'll put a link in the description of this video if you're interested in subscribing to that channel. Anyways, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. I am thrilled to death with this AC unit, and it has absolutely performed like a champ. One thing to note that you may not be aware of, this specific AC unit from Furrion, the Chill series, has a soft start system built into it. So you do not need to add a soft start capacitor, which means when it starts up, it pulls far less amperage from your generator or from your power source than traditional air conditioning systems. And I can attest to that. This thing starts up very easily. And they even advertise the fact that it does not require a soft start capacitor. So that is a huge reason to look at these Furrion Chill air conditionings. Anyways, guys, if you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and I will talk to you again very, very soon.